Okay, so hi, I'm Shelley Fishel from the IT Training Surgery, and I'm here today to give you an overview of Office 365. And specifically, the talk is called Office 365, What's in it for me? So that's what you're going to find out, what actually is in it for you. So as I said, welcome to the session. And I need to make my clicker work. It doesn't work, so we'll do that. Okay, so who am I? I'm Shelley Fishel from the IT Training Surgery. We're a Learning and Performance Institute accredited training company. I'm also an MCT, a Microsoft certified trainer, and I hold COLF and CDOL, which are both qualifications in the delivery and design of live facilitated online learning. Say that after a drink. And we're accredited by the Learning and Performance Institute. So today I want to talk to you about the modern business. What is the modern business? This is Microsoft's terminology. The modern business is all about people. It's about people getting stuff done wherever they are and on any device. So in the room, hands up if you've got a laptop. Yep. And who has a phone? iPhone? Android? Windows? Different devices, iPads, tablets, all sorts of different devices, and I want to be able to go anywhere and get my work done on whatever device there is. So Office 365 is available across all of those devices, and it works exactly the same apart from the slight differences and nuances in the operating system. So it works on your device, but it also works on the web. And on the web, you have all of these different shortcuts to these different applications. And actually, Microsoft are adding things all the time. So since I created this presentation just a few weeks ago, there are 2 or 3 more of these tabs to add on that we can get to. So we've got access to our email, calendar, we've got Word online, Excel online, PowerPoint online, OneNote, which is a great note-taking application, goes across all your devices. We've got the Admin Center if you are your Office administrator, and we've got OneDrive and SharePoint, not to mention Delve, and also a video. And it depends on the type of subscription that you've got, which of those elements are included in your package. On the desktop, so that's on your physical computer, whether that's a laptop or a desktop like I've got here, you've got the desktop applications of all of those options. So you've got Word, Excel, PowerPoint, etc. You've also now got Skype for Business, which is a wonderful communication tool to use within your organization. You can video call each other, you can telephone call each other, you can share your screen, you can share your presentation, you can give somebody else control, you can do all of those things, and it's part of your subscription. What's not to like? It's free. And you can install your Office applications on up to 5 devices. So if you have Office 365, you can install it on your desktop and on your laptop and on your friend's laptop and on your phone up to 5 times, which is great if, like me, you've got millions of devices. We can use the web applications to edit our documents on the fly. So I've gone to my friend, or I've gone to work in another organization. I didn't bring my laptop with me. I can log into my online portal and I can get to all of my documents, no matter what type of document they are, and edit them online in my browser. So I don't even need to have a physical computer. That situation where you've gone off on holiday and you get an urgent message from the office, but you left your office laptop behind because you really didn't want to be dealing with it. So you go into the business center in the hotel, log into your online portal, and at least you can correct that presentation and send it back to your boss. Not that they should be doing that to you. It's the ability to work anywhere and at any time. You can synchronize your OneDrive folder with your computer. So your files don't have to just live in the cloud. And there's a slide in a minute talking about OneDrive. OneDrive and SharePoint are online storage areas. So most of us know about Dropbox, and how if you have a Dropbox account, you can store your files in Dropbox, and download the Dropbox application to all of your computers, and you've always got an up-to-date synchronized copy of your files that are in your Dropbox. Well, OneDrive is Microsoft's answer to Dropbox. OneDrive for Business is part of your Office 365 subscription, and you can store up to 1 terabyte of information in your OneDrive for Business folder. That is a huge, none of us in our lifetimes are ever really going to get to that much personal storage. So imagine that you're working in an organization that currently has a server, and you've got your own computers. There'll be a shared drive, and everybody else will have, all your personal folders would be on maybe the G drive or the H drive. Well, that's your OneDrive for Business, is your H drive or G drive, but only you get to it, and only you can see what's in it. And it can be synchronized. Your files are always available because it's always synchronizing when there's an internet connection. You've always got the most up-to-date version of your files. And this is Office on my desktop. So this is using Windows 10. So this is a screenshot of a Windows 10 device. All my icons, I've got all my different icons for the different programs, just as you would expect. I also have them on the taskbar at the bottom, so you can do both, whichever you want. And that's what Office on the web looks like. So we saw that before when it was kind of skewed a little bit. So what are we going to look at next? Next, we're going to have a look at OneDrive and when to use it. We're going to look at SharePoint and when to use it. We're going to look at using Office Online, editing an online document, co-authoring, because part of Office 365 benefits from a business perspective is I can be sitting in my office in London and you could be sitting in your office in Oxford, and we can work on the same document at the same time and edit that document together, which makes creating that big report very much easier to do. We'll have a look at using Outlook on the web and some of the great features of that, and also the calendar. So, the difference between SharePoint and OneDrive for Business. SharePoint is where you would store documents that are for the whole organisation. So where everybody in the organisation is going to see those documents and interact with them. Anything there is visible to everybody. So sites can be set up for specific functions. So you could have a finance SharePoint site. Everybody in the finance team would have access to that site, but nobody else would, unless they'd been invited or it had been shared with them or they had permission to. But broadly speaking, if it's going to be shared, it goes in SharePoint. It's in the name. OneDrive is my personal OneDrive. You can't come in unless I invite you. I can share any folder or any document with my co-workers. So how you would use this in a business situation, while you're working on work in progress, keep it in OneDrive. Collaborate that way by sharing. Once it's ready for public dissemination, it goes into the relevant SharePoint site. We log into portal.office.com. That takes you to the start screen. And if you go to mail.office365.com, that just takes you to your online email. Once you get there, this is your login screen. It will ask you for your email address and your password. And in a large organisation, that will usually be the password that you've been given by your administrator when you joined. It may well be your Windows password as well. So that's the start screen when you go to portal.office.com, and this is the start screen when you go to mail.office365. So you can see the difference between the two. And this is where I normally come to, because I start from here because it means I can go anywhere. From here, if I start from here, I've got to click buttons to get another click to get somewhere. So up here I've got some shortcuts that I've added to my navigation bar. They call it the nav bar. And over here, you can see them there, but these are the big icons that take me there. And this is called the app launcher. I can't think what it is, like with 9 boxes. It's called the app launcher, and that opens up a version of these big buttons. So you can't get lost. And after that brief introduction, we're going to go in and have a live demonstration of how all of those things work. But first we're going to take a coffee break so that you can have a think, and then if you've got any questions when we're going through the live demo, you'll be able to ask them. So that's it.
Thank you.